Welcome to Recap Radar. Today we are discussing the second season of iCarly. In the first episode after Carly dumped both Beau and Wesley in the previous season, Millicent shows her a new episode of Wesley and Beau's web show where they label her the Ice Queen. This leads to people sending Carly ice boxes and writing hate comments. Meanwhile, Freddie introduces her to Pearl. Spencer is organizing the launch party for Freddie's new startup. In an attempt to restore her image, Carly arranges an interview with Wesley and Beau, but it turns out to be awkward during the iCarly show. To salvage the situation, Carly and Freddie fake a relationship, which Freddie goes along with. In his app's launch party, Freddie confesses to Pearl that his relationship with Carly is fake and that he is single. During the live stream from the party, Carly witnesses Freddie and Pearl kissing, prompting Freddie to suggest that Carly break up with him on the stream. Unexpectedly, iCarly fans join the party and reveal their hatred towards Pearl. Realizing the circumstances, Carly publicly confesses on the live stream that her relationship with Freddie was a fabrication. In the second episode, Carly is summoned to court by their former doorman Lubert Sline for injuries he suffered on Carly's original web show, demanding $1 million. Freddie, Spencer, and Carly appear in court and Carly apologizes to Lubert, expressing her remorse to the judge. However, Lubert refuses to drop the charges. Spencer decides to take on Carly's case. Lubert calls witnesses Gubby and Chuck to testify against her. Chuck's behavior angers Spencer, leading the judge to remove him from the courtroom. Carly requests to represent herself and calls Freddie's mother as a witness against Lubert. Although Freddie's mother testifies against Lubert, he flirts with her, manipulating her emotions and increasing his claim to include possession of the iCarly show. iCarly devises a plan to win the case, and Carly takes the stand to testify about an old incident involving Lubert that positively impacted her life, expressing her gratitude to him. This frustrates Lubert, leading to a nervous breakdown, and he exits the courtroom. Carly asks the judge to dismiss the case, but unfortunately, the judge rules in Lubert's favor and fines Carly $250,000 in damages. In the third episode, Carly and her friends are playing the Never Have I Ever game, which leads Carly to question whether her life is boring. In an attempt to add excitement, Carly plans a night out with her friend Harper, who introduces her to an organic drug. Excitedly, Carly decides to try it before heading out for their night out. At the restaurant, fueled by a desperate desire for thrills, Carly boldly gives her number to a waiter, kisses a stranger, and even makes off with a tray of bar garnishes. Later, she impulsively decides to get a tattoo. However, their escapades catch the attention of mall security when Carly jumps into a pool, resulting in them being taken into mall jail. While in mall jail, Carly realizes her tattoo is temporary, courtesy of Harper's arrangement. Mall security tests their alcohol level, which turns out to be 0. Harper admits that the organic drug was also a fabrication and that she orchestrated everything out of concern for Carly as a true friend. Carly offers a scarf to the mall security guard, facilitating her and Harper's escape from mall jail. In the fourth episode, Carly plans a live cam session to showcase her newly planted plants. During this time, her grandpa pays her a visit. Carly, overwhelmed with busyness, decides to appoint her grandpa as her assistant, and he agrees to take on the role. Carly goes to Spencer's restaurant to pick up her grandpa's food and confesses that she somehow ended up becoming his assistant. Harper and Freddie inform Carly of her grandpa's rude comments on her iCarly account. Carly hurries home to find him taking over the iCarly stream with Millicent's help. Frustrated, she fires her grandpa. The situation escalates when Carly receives a threatening email from her grandpa's friend, Vinny. Her grandpa admits to stealing coins from Vinny but refuses to return them. Spencer steps in to help. Carly and Grandpa go to Spencer's restaurant. There, they discover that Spencer sewn coins into his pant. Vinny shows up and demands that her grandpa return the coins. Carly tears off Spencer's pants and gives them to Vinny, who leaves. Later, Spencer reveals that the coins in his pants were fake, while the real ones are hidden on the wall. In the fifth episode, during the Brothers' Day celebration, Spencer confesses that he prioritized raising Carly over his personal life, which leaves Carly feeling guilty. In an attempt to alleviate her guilt, Carly hires a matchmaking expert named McKenna and introduces her to Spencer. Meanwhile, Freddie's mother disapproves of Pearl, and Pearl instigates Freddie by saying she treats him like a child. Carly inquires about Spencer's dating life and discovers he is seeing McKenna. Freddie plans to move out, but Millicent insists he break up with Pearl as a condition. Spencer becomes distressed by McKenna's request to keep their relationship professional. Millicent informs Freddie's mother about their move to a new house, prompting her to start packing. However, Freddie clarifies that only Millicent and himself are relocating. Carly gives Spencer a makeover to impress McKenna but faces rejection as McKenna sees it as a red flag that Carly is responsible for his transformation. Realizing their excessive involvement in each other's lives, Carly decides to change apartments to create distance. However, Spencer refuses and chooses to remain by her side. Witnessing the deep love between Carly and Spencer, McKenna becomes emotional. In the sixth episode, Carly is upset about her lack of new ideas for her channel. She tells Harper that her dress design made it onto the worst dress list, upsetting them both. Carly's old producer, Paul, offers to be her new manager since Freddie is busy with his own app. Carly decides to hire Paul, despite Freddie's disapproval. Harper's attempt at designing a dress for Spencer's restaurant fails when he rejects it. Carly introduces Paul to Freddie, and they brainstorm ideas. Paul suggests collaboration with Tiny Psychic, but tensions arise between Freddie and Paul. To address the tension, Carly takes them to an escape room, causing Carly to panic when the walls start shrinking. Spencer's awaited food critic turns out to be an art critic, and he impresses him in the end. Carly insists on reconciliation between Paul and Freddie, and they apologize and work together to escape. Harper receives appreciation for her server dress designs. In the 7th episode, Carly gets the opportunity to audition for a reality adventure competition show, but Freddie can't join because he is helping out Millicent for her model-un tournament. So Spencer decides to join in. Harper gets the job of styling a group of drag queens for their drag night event. Freddie tries to remind Carly that he has always bossed her around, and Spencer starts acting bossy. Carly tries to discuss it with Spencer, but he keeps acting bossy. Harper designs a dress for the drag queens, and they like it. However, the drag night event gets cancelled. Spencer and Carly leave for the audition, but Spencer, being bossy, takes a longer route, thinking it's shorter, and they arrive late and get disqualified. They start arguing, and witnessing this sibling rivalry, the organizer decides to give them another chance in the competition, but with the condition that Carly hits the target with a watermelon. Harper takes the drag queens to Millicent's model-un tournament since the drag night is cancelled. Millicent loses the competition. After several tries, Carly is unable to hit the target and gets disqualified as well. In the 8th episode, Carly is chosen to be the next USA B doll. They send her the doll, but it portrays an inaccurate image of her. Freddie starts missing Pearl and suspects that she is ignoring him, so Spencer calls Sully to help him out. Carly goes to the B-doll store with Harper and Paul, where Harper starts flirting with the manager named Byron. Carly explains to Byron that the doll doesn't represent her at all and describes how it should look. Byron agrees to make the necessary changes. Carly is satisfied, but Paul disagrees with the modifications. Unexpectedly, Sully turns out to be a monkey. Spencer comes up with a plan to resolve the issues between Freddie and Pearl. Harper asks Byron out for dinner, and he accepts. Paul informs Carly that B-doll has already mass-produced the older version of her doll, and now she has to choose which one to launch. Spencer's plan involving Sully doesn't work out, and Pearl finds out, revealing that she wants to take things slow. Harper leaves the dinner because Byron is obsessed with his dolls. Unable to decide, Carly combines half of each doll to create a new one, but the kids don't like it. She decides to remove her name from the B-doll. In the 9th episode, Carly is pranked by Chris, causing deep humiliation and triggering anger issues. Seeking resolution, Carly turns to Sunny for help. Sunny suggests ideas, but Harper disagrees with them. Meanwhile, Millicent is paired with her crush, Derek, for a school project. Carly struggles to control her anger, so Sunny takes her to an influencer fight club. As Millicent and Derek work on their project, Freddie overhears Derek speaking to his mom, revealing that he is only nice to Millicent to manipulate her. Carly and Harper attempt to leave the fight club, but Sunny stops them and coerces them into participating. Freddie confesses the truth to Millicent about Derek, causing her to become angry. Carly and Sunny prepare for their fight, but just as things escalate, Chris unexpectedly arrives, recording the entire incident and posting it online. Millicent confronts Derek, who explains that he was actually talking about his dog and confesses his true feelings for her. Carly and her fight club friends decide to confront Chris, inviting him to the same fight club and start beating him. Freddie's birthday is approaching, and Carly goes to Pearl to discuss her plans. However, as Pearl shares her ideas, Carly suggests that Freddie may not like it. Pearl becomes uncertain and asks Carly to take charge of planning the party. In response, Carly suggests that they plan the party together. During the party, Harper and Spencer plans to leave early as they have found online dates. The group engages in a murder mystery game, and Carly tries to exchange cards with Pearl, but Pearl reveals the identity of the murderer. Believing the party is over, Spencer and Harper make an attempt to leave, but Carly intervenes. They proceed to cut the cake, but Spencer accidentally spills it on Carly. Realizing they can't leave the party, both Harper and Spencer message their dates to cancel dinner, only to discover that they were actually chatting with each other. Pearl begins to realize that she nearly ruined the party and becomes upset, leaving the event. Carly informs Freddie that Pearl has left, and suddenly, Pearl returns, claiming that Freddie and Carly are in love with each other before swiftly leaving the room.